All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually have a phenomenal hip-hop artist making their way back into the radio station airways. We have the one and only Wile right here, right now, yet again, man. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good, Immortal. What's up with it, cousin?
Oh, man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Just enjoying the Canadian summer down here, enjoying the few months that we have of it, man. But I'm telling you, it's definitely a scorcher down here, man. I'm wishing we had that snow right now.
Oh, man, I hear it's beautiful up there this time of year.
I gotta say, it definitely is, man. But normally this time of year, man, it gets you dabbing your head with a napkin like a church pastor.
Oh, man, trust me, I'm in Florida, so I know all about it, man. We were looking at like 120 today.
Oh, man, I gotta say, I don't mean no disrespect, man, but y'all can definitely keep that 120 degrees right out there where you are, man.
Nah, let me pass on to you.
But I know you're a busy guy, D, so I'm going to dive right into this interview, man. But I want to take you back to the ripe year, man, of 2015, October 24th to be exact, where you actually released the phenomenal 11-track album titled 2-A-Days, man. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners the story behind this earlier released album. And, of course, is it actually still available to be streamed or purchased today?
Yeah, man, you taking it all the way back. That was really my first project. It was so underground. A lot of people don't even know about it. But it was called 2-A-Days because I'm a big sports guy, as you know, Immortal. We go back all the time about the Raptors and whatnot. So I always was big into sports. I'm a huge football guy, and in high school, 2-A-Days is just something that you did to, prepare yourself for the season. So I approached music like that originally when I was going into it. Like, I just took it that serious to where I was literally doing 2-A-Days, and that's kind of how the tape came about. As far as is it still streaming today, it's on that shelf, I know for sure. But as far as digital streaming platforms, not yet. I'm thinking about putting it on there, but I don't know, man. It's so rough. That music is so it's grimy.
I gotta say though, man, it's always good to look back and listen to those projects as well, man. It's kind of take you back to a time, you know what I mean, back when, back to an earlier time you can actually see your progression as an artist.
Oh, definitely, man. I look back at it and I cringe at a lot of the bars and the hooks and just, oh man, I've come so far.
But also as well, man, just jumping ahead into more modern times, man, January of 2022, you actually put together a short-term podcast by the name of Game Givers Anonymous. I was wondering, what actually made yourself and your team decide to start up that show? And of course, do you guys have any plans of doing a season 2?
Oh, yeah, man. Shout out to the team, Friday, SMF, Mother, everybody that's a part of Game Givers Anonymous. It came about originally, I had a project that dropped earlier this year called You Can Play the Game and You Can Change the Game. Y'all make sure y'all check that thing out. And it was kind of a lead up to the project releases. So how it worked was we kind of put a spin on it, how usually, like tonight, the artist is getting interviewed by the DJ. We want to flip it. So us being artists, we wanted to interview the DJ, the producers, the engineers, the graphic designers, the concert promoters, just get the opinion and the ideas and the thoughts of what needs to change in the game from the people that's actually in the game outside of the artist. So it's a great podcast. All episodes are on my YouTube as well as my Instagram if y'all want to go back and catch season 1. We are actually going to run it back to season 2 of Immortal. We're looking at winter of this year. So I would say December 2022, January 2023, most definitely. Again, thank you for being my first guest, Immortal, man. It was a blast having you on, bro. Like, you are amazing. Thank you again for that. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, I gotta say, you're most certainly welcome. I'm not gonna lie, being the interviewer is super easy because I've done, like, over 1,000+ interviews, but having the tides, like, flipped on you and you getting interviewed, man, I'm telling you, I liked it. I was also kind of like, oh man, like what am I going to get asked? I'm not even prepared. So I kind of felt like how you are, man, when you actually get interviewed. You're like, oh man, what is this guy going to ask me? Because he digs.
Hey, you got to come back for season 2, man. We got to have you back. The family would love to see what you've been up to and just catch up with you, man.
Hey man, you already know, man. If you invite me, man, you just give me the date and time you want it, and I don't even care what's going on, man. I'll drop everything and be available for you guys.
I say that, man. I'm definitely tap in. We looking good for season 2.
And also as well, man, March 16th of 2022, you actually released the Orange Chicken Freestyle featuring Willie G. I was wondering if you can actually tell us the story behind this freestyle, and of course, how did yourself and Willie G originally get connected?
Oh yeah, man! Shout out to Willie G. That's my brother. The Orange Chicken Freestyle was basically just, it was kind of a frustration release, to be honest. We posted released a project called Play Cousins 2 earlier this year, and for reasons outside of my control, the project wasn't released on time. So it was just kind of like, hey, I just wanted to kind of put something out there in place of the tape. I mean, it can't replace the tape, of course. I mean, we still looking to put it out, but it was just something that was supposed to make the tape. It was note bars, just something that was on the hard drive that we just had to put out to the day one fans. We, like I said, Play Cousins 2 is the sequel to our original project that dropped back in 2018, and we were just trying to find a way to keep our fans happy. That's all.
And I gotta say as well, man, I definitely enjoyed what you guys actually did together. I know you said you guys were actually having a project that was actually going to drop, but due to unforeseen circumstances, do you guys have actual plans to actually re-get back together and actually put that project out?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the business side of it, Immortal. I mean, again, if it was up to me, you know how I drop music, man, it would be out today. But it's a little bit more work to it. It's a few more heads involved, and it's just crossing some T's and dotting some I's. So I would say look forward to it, honestly, within the next 3 months, man.
Hey, I gotta say, you know, like they always say, man, good things come to those who wait, man. So, myself, as a fan of yours, man, I don't mind waiting 3 months to actually listen to some classic content.
Well, I mean, that's the thing as well. I mean, we waiting on Play Cousins too. So I think I'm going to drop another project, a solo project, the 2nd of September. So within the next 3 weeks, I'm going to cook up a little something for my cousins and put out a little something 2nd of September.
And I do know that the previous interview we did, we actually talked about the story behind your label, February's Finest. But for the listeners that are listening that might not know that behind-the-scenes business part of you, I was wondering if you can actually just tell us a bit more about your label. And of course, if anybody is listening and do want to contact you pertaining to your services, how do they actually go about doing so?
Oh yeah, well the label is February's Finest. We're a collective music group. Of not even just music groups. I mean, it's a vast collection of, we got comedians who are doing their thing online. I got producers that are under me as well, trying to build a name for themselves. Other artists. Shout out to my cousin X. Shout out to my right hand, David VK. I'm nothing without that guy. He's been my rock day one when it comes to music. I mean, we just a bunch of young and hungry people that are looking to help people get out of their dreams and chase their passion. So if you got a dream in music, if you got a dream in being a DJ, if you're an online comedian and you're just trying to build your brand and just get some eyes on you, I think February Finest is the place to come, you know, see if we can find a home for you. Anybody looking to, you know, take their talents to the next level, you can always reach out to me on any social media platform, Wile Sativa, on any platform you're going to find me. And like I said, I'm going to reach back. I'm not one of these people who, you know, the DM just going to sit there and nah, bro, I'm going to hit you back like a regular person.
And also as well, April 18th of 2022, you actually released the amazing 10-track album titled You Can Play the Game or You Can Change the Game that you mentioned a few moments ago in the interview. But I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners just the story behind this most recently released album. And of course, where can we actually snag ourselves a copy of it today?
Well, you could go to my website, dwile@bigcartel.com. You can also check it out on any digital streaming platform of your preference. The project came about, to all the cousins that don't know, it's the 6th installment to the free game campaign series that I'm running. So it was just the latest and greatest of that project. Basically, it's I have a few topics that I talk about. I think you should check it out. And it's just me motivating my people and trying to let them know that there's a better life than one that they live in.
And I gotta ask as well, man, do you actually have hard copies available of this project? And if so, man, like, how can we actually go about snagging ourselves a hard copy? Because unfortunately, CDs nowadays, man, it's weird. CDs have really only been out for maybe like 4 or 5 years, but the way the music industry is, it's almost like it's been like 20 years. They treat it like an 8-track almost.
Right. Nah, it's definitely coming back. We do have hard copies. They're exclusive, so if you do want a hard copy, I would say, again, hit my website, Wile@bigcartel.com, or you could DM me directly. I'm that type of person to where, hey, you shoot me your address, and I'll send you the copy directly autographed.
And I gotta say, man, the one song off that project that I really liked, man, is actually Credit Score, man. I don't know. I find that's just a phenomenal song to actually have right there, smack dab in the middle of the record.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. That's a way. I mean, the flicks that the world does is, put the money phone to your ear, or just, show all the money on your social media. But the real flex is having a good credit score. Like, you can do so much with that. And the ones that know. So if you haven't checked it out, man, make sure y'all put that credit score on y'all playlist.
And also, June 30th of 2022, you were featured on Lyrical Savage's single titled Flowers. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about that particular collaboration. And of course, what was it like just working alongside Lyrical on this project?
Oh, yeah, shout out to my cousin Savage, man. She's an amazing artist. Y'all check her out. That's somebody who I've had ties with for a while now. Back to my Tennessee days, we used to just run through the underground on Nashville together doing shows. From Nashville to Memphis, so it was always love. She reached out to me and said, hey, I got a song I'm working on that's kind of cannabis influenced, and I think you would be perfect. She sent it over. I fell in love with the track, and we just created magic. It was amazing working with her. Shout out to Savage.
And I gotta ask, do yourself and Savage, you guys have any more plans to actually work together in the future, or was that unfortunately just a one-time thing?
I know we definitely always cooking. That's somebody who is constantly in the studio as myself. So I'm sure within the near future we will cook up another single or two. I mean, we may come up with a body of work. It just depends on what her schedule looks like.
And also as well, man, these past few months you have been actually doing contests every single month as a part of your free game campaign. I was wondering, man, what originally made you decide to start up this marketing strategy? And of course, what actually made you decide to start up this marketing strategy and, of course, help out your devoted fans?
Just trying to be a way to be creative through the midst of the traffic. I mean, there's so many artists out these days. You got to kind of find a way to stand out outside of the music. And I'm not like a real clout chasey person, so you're never gonna see me, do some outlandish on my Instagram to get a bunch of views out there. So give back to my people, and that's just what I want to do. I was trying to figure out how to, get some eyes on me, as well as take care of the ones that have been taking care of me and streaming me constantly since day one.
And I gotta say as well, man, it's definitely phenomenal what you got going on, man. Not a lot of artists really have that mentality to actually do what you do, man, because honestly, a lot of artists, they just, they collect the streams, they promote it, like every other artist, man. But what you're doing is actually giving back to the people that show you the same amount of love, man. So I gotta say, definitely a phenomenal marketing strategy, just being able to give back to your listeners and your fans.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm nothing without them. Like, I see, being an independent artist, I see it directly. Like, I can log in and see where my streams come from, where my spins come from. So I can feel it. I know who my everyday consumer is. So I just want to, try to touch them the same way they touch me.
And also, man, immediately following this interview, I'm actually going to be playing a song that you actually submitted to our radio station airwaves recently by the name of Exotic. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this song. I do know that it has been in the radio station for quite some time now, so for the listeners that are fairly new here that didn't get the opportunity to hear this particular song yet, what can they expect from it when I play it here momentarily on the Canadian FM dial?
Oh, man, it's a vibe to all my cannabis consumers. I think it's something that you're going to love. It just puts you in the right mood to say, hey, life is short, man. Tomorrow isn't promised. You got to enjoy this moment. So if got it, you got it.
And I gotta say, man, definitely a phenomenal song, man. Honestly, it's named Exotic, so you already know it's definitely for the weed heads out there, man. But definitely a phenomenal joint.
I appreciate it, Immortal.
But I gotta ask, well, what is next for yourself, man? Because I do know that during our first interview, we talked a lot about your old stuff actually within your career, all the older albums and whatnot. And we talked about what happened for you this year, man. But what is next for yourself going into 2023?
2023, honestly, I want to just take that next step. Like I said, I got the solo project coming out September 2nd. I'm going to call that Put You On Game. Then we got Play Cousins 2 coming, like I said, within the next 90 days. I may drop another project to wrap up the year. So with that body of work going into 2023, I'm looking at starting the year off with a tour. I mean, so any artists who out there or you're looking to get on the road 2023, definitely tap in and hit my DM, and we can make something happen. And also just expanding outside of music as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely going to continue my grind on the music, but I want to build businesses outside and invest in other things and get into the tech world and look into crypto and just, diversify my portfolio a little bit.
And also, D, this is a time in the interview quickly, man, that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give, shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, but most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything you got going on if they're not already doing so.
Absolutely. Well, you can check your cousin out on any social media platform. Instagram is DWile Sativa. Facebook is DWile. TikTok is DWile Sativa. Twitter is DWile Sativa. Like I said, Snapchat, DWile Sativa. Anything DWile Sativa, YouTube, you're going to get a bunch of content, a bunch of videos, a bunch of music, a bunch of just entertainment to put a smile on your face. Like I said, you can also check me out on any streaming platform that you prefer at DWile.
And I gotta say as well, man, just quickly, but when you say you actually have a lot of great content that make you laugh at, man, I gotta say, you are the king of meme videos. I'm telling you, I've learned do not open your Facebook or Instagram story when you're drinking something, man, because 9 times out of 10, the shit's gonna come out of your nose.
Oh, man, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I do it for that reason, though. Like I said, I just want to put a smile on your face. If you're having a great day, I just want to keep that vibe going. And if you're having a horrible day, I want to turn it around. So hopefully that, 2 to 3 minutes that you're on my page will give you a laugh or two.
And I gotta say, I don't want you to give away your secrets, man, but when I watch those videos, I'm like, man, where the hell does he find this shit? That's what I want to know, but I don't want you giving out your secret publicly.
No, I can't give out all the game. A lot of it, sometimes it's the fans, to be honest with you, Immortal. Like I said, my cousins are loyal, so they'll send me videos that they find funny, and they like, hey, you got to post this. Like, you got to add this to whatever you could have posted today. And if I like it, I'm going to repost it. So if you got something funny, send it. It could be your video. You never know.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, man, thank you so much, man, for just showing my radio station all the love and support, man, for all these years. And of course, man, giving us your time yet again and just sliding on through the radio station just to update all of our listeners all over the world, man, about what has been going on with you in 2022 and of course what is next to come, man. I'm pretty sure this is definitely not going to be the last time you're on our radio station airways, man. I just want to publicly say thank you, brother.
Oh, no, thank you, Immortal. I mean, you and the good people at Outlaw Radio have shown me nothing but constant love and support since the moment we met, and I can't thank you enough, man, honestly.
Hey, man, you are most certainly welcome, man, and the love is mutual, man. Definitely have yourself a phenomenal Thursday night out there, man. I'm definitely sure we'll definitely talk again soon.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's nothing but love.
Hey, man, most definitely. Thank you so much again, D, and we'll definitely talk soon, bro.
Say that, man. Y'all have a great night.